Barton FM, following Barton Town. Sport on Barton FM is sponsored by Easy Buy.
Welcome to Swans Talk with me, Richard Watts. We now join Trevor Richins, who's talking to Nathan Jarman.
So it's a Wednesday evening, which is unusual for us, evening game away at Bottisford in the Lincolnshire Senior Trophy, which we've unfortunately lost 1-0.
Yeah, tough. It was always going to be hard. Anyway, but when we went down to 10 men early on after 20 odd minutes. But still, even after that, right up until half time, we was a better team. And then we conceded after 45 minutes or something. It was a terrible goal from our point of view, where a long ball into the box and Taz has just let his man get a head in, and he's headed it past Ben. So yeah, it's terrible from our point of view. But second half we changed formation. We went 3-4-2. Did really well, I thought. With 10 men, we looked the better team. We was always on top. Susceptible to the break a couple of times, but it was always going to happen with us. 10 men bombing forward. So yeah, tough one to take, but I'm more than happy with the performance and the attitude and the endeavour and things like that. It's just one of them things. You have to lose games sometimes. Yeah,
and is it better to lose out at this? Don't go any further in this competition.
I wouldn't say that. Like I said before, I'm not into that saying that that you'd rather be out of competition. I'd rather win every game, and I know sometimes you can't do that. But we went out to win tonight, and we had a strong enough team. It was just we weren't aided with Henry getting sent off so early, and then being up against it then with 10 men. I'm pretty sure 11v11 we'd go on and dominate, as we did with 10. To be honest, I thought we was going to get back into it, and it looked like we were going to, and we kept having little half chances, and it just wouldn't drop. So, but yeah, I'm not going to be downhearted about that. I'm going to be upbeat and take it into Saturday.
And you put yourself on in the second half?
Yeah, just for a little bit of presence up there. That's all.
Okay. Now, we've obviously got Saturday, Cheadletown.
Yep.
I spoke to Charlie a bit earlier. He thinks he might be fit enough to play.
Yeah. Charlie will be in goal on Saturday. Ben's because Ben's on work experience. It's classed as a temporary solution. So the FA rules are Ben's not allowed to play.
Okay.
So Charlie will be back in, and we'll see how he does. Hopefully he'll be fine, and we can get back to keeping some clean sheets.
Because obviously winning Wednesday is no training tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
So that makes it. Is Charlie going to be fit enough, do you think?
Yeah, he's done a bit tonight, and he'll do a bit tomorrow with the reserves. But yeah, he said he feels fine. And we'll obviously take it steady. We're not going to rush him. But yeah, he'll be in on Saturday.
And what do we know about Cheadletown?
They're in a real good run of form. They're in the fifth position in that step 6 Northwest counties, but the last 6 games they've won. Top of the form table. They score goals for fun. They're a real good attacking team, and it's going to be a real tough game.
Right. Okay. Well, thanks very much.
Cheers, Trev.
Cheers.
Yeah, they're
For the latest Barton Town news and information, visit the club's website at www.bartontownfc.co.uk.
I'm joined by Aaron Walton. We've got a few games to look back on. We'll start with a 3-1 home win against Penistone last Saturday. And, you can't be disappointed with a 3-1 home win against Penistone.
You certainly can't. And a game that had everything. Sendings off. Penalties, contentious penalties, sin bins.
Yeah.
It had everything, didn't it? I mean, let's start with the first controversy. It wasn't really controversy. The through ball for Ben Hinchcliffe to chase, completely and utterly. I think we'll use the words wiped out by the keeper.
Yeah.
He's going to get sent off for that. He's just taking him straight out. He's outside the area, so it's not a double jeopardy job. He's denied him a clear goal scoring opportunity. Red card. That's the first one, isn't it?
Yeah.
So they put one of the outfield players in who, and I think me and you will agree, did a good job.
He did. Yeah, he made some great saves.
He certainly did. To be honest, when they got down to 10 men, they didn't seem to look too affected, did they, Penistone? They still were operating well.
Yeah.
Barton were creating chances, but not full-blooded chances, were they? They were select snapshots and creating quite a bit. Still industrious and hard working. And then the second half, I think it was an own goal, wasn't it, Richard? Was it from a cross?
There's a Chris Spinks free kick, wasn't it? That
Was it?
deflects in or is headed into
Yeah.
the net, and that for me that changed the game, because I never thought from that point onwards Barton looked like getting anything but 3 points.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, for people listening, they must think I miss every goal going. And are you actually at the game? I am, but generally I'm in the tidying up after hospitality. So I think I've missed about 7 goals this season so far. So I missed that one. That was the own goal, and I get the feeling that it knocked the wind out of Penistone a little bit.
Yeah, I think it did.
And then Barton quickly doubled the lead with a penalty. Now, this one was it was slightly contentious. There was no doubt about it being a penalty. Ben got kicked up in the air and it was a penalty. However, the build-up, a lot of people, and I was scratching my head a little bit, it looked like from the cross the ball was a good foot out. But I'm not, again, my angle wasn't brilliant. The liner over the other side, he can't see through posts and loads of traffic. So it's a difficult one for him. And he had the sun in his eye as well, to be fair to them. I know we give the officials some stick, but by the by, he couldn't see it. I don't think he could see it. Anyway, it was a penalty. So Chris Spinks struts up. And you know what our record for penalties is like? He's not brilliant, but what did he do? Back of the onion bag, wasn't it?
Yeah, took it well. Yeah.
2-0, and then we got another penalty. Now, if this was given against Barton, that would have been spitting feathers. Another cross, and I think one of their players hit it against another one of the lads, his own player, who was quite close, and it hit his hand. His hand was down. Referee says penalty. End of story. So harsh, I think, but you ain't going to complain if you get it, are you?
No.
So, and then Chris Spinks struts up, keeper saves it, but Chris Spinks has got the nous to follow the ball in and just sort of chest it, guide it in. So that makes it 3-0, and Barton are home and dry. They just tend to just sort of relax a little bit, didn't they? And then another through ball, and I think it was Jordan Kajuri. He got cleaned out by Ben Vos, but Ben Vos was in his area, so you can't send him off. It's like a double jeopardy job, isn't it? Yeah. So you can just give the penalty. I think he got yellow carded as well, didn't he?
Yeah. Although the quite a few of the Penistone players don't know that rule, because they were asking the referee about consistency. Where's the red card?
Well, the consistency is the laws of the game. Yeah, and the ref did go by the letter of the law there. It was being assessed as well, so he'll have read up on his rules, the laws of the game. So they got the penalty, and I think it was it Kajuri slotted it in the bottom corner, 3-1. So it was a workmanlike performance from Barton. They played well. Penistone didn't really look a threat, did they, in the second half?
Yeah.
I think they were concentrating on defending. So to get 3 points against a team like Penistone, absolutely marvellous. And what more can you ask for, really?
You've also lost Tom Davey and Craig King, so that moves Nathan Hottie into the defence. So you lose him out midfield. So you lose your 2 main midfield players.
Certainly do. Yeah. Now
3 points.
Yeah, Craig had a little fitness test, and he could feel his calf, and me and you know about calves, don't we, Richard? Well, me more than you, I think. So he didn't want to risk it, which is fair enough. and Mr. Davey had totted up too many disciplinary points, I'm afraid. So he was out for a game. So, yeah, like you say, you're missing those two. So, again, it could have been a different reflection on the game. So, 3 points in the bag, cementing third place there. So, we move on then, Richard, to Tuesday night in the Lincolnshire Cup. And we're to our lovely hosts and our favourite place to go, Bottisford Town.
Yeah. Typical Bottisford game, really.
It was. The thing you'll get with Bottisford is tenacity, a knack of keeping in the game, shouting at the referee on the referee's back all the time wasted. Oh, I can't say too many negative things because it'll be deemed as sour grapes from the Barton Town faithful. It was there to see. They scored. A bit of a mistake in the defence from Barton. I think Tazer let was it Joe Simpson have a looping header in it. Ben Foes, the keeper, he came out, he went back, didn't he? And it just looped over his head.
Yeah.
So just one of those things. He took his chance, and I think really probably 2 or 3 chances all the game for Bottisford. However, the major talking point was the sending off, wasn't it, of is it Henry Parr? No, not Henry Parr.
Henry Cook.
Yeah, Henry Cook. Yeah. God, I'm terrible with names nowadays. Henry Cook. Was it a red card, Richard?
I think so.
Yeah. So even though it was Mason Ellinder, he did sort of take him straight out, didn't he?
Yeah.
Some of the Barton faithful saying that the pitch had a little bit to play in it, but it's a foul, isn't it? And it's dangerous. Yeah. So the pitch isn't the best. I mean, I can't wait for Bottisford to get this 4G laid to see some proper football there, because you can't. I mean, you can't play football on that. I know we say it's the same for both teams, but if you're paying, you don't. I wouldn't want to be paying every week to go watch that.
No,
because it's not very good. I mean, the guys from both teams, they're both trying the hardest. I mean, Barton, they put a really good performance in.
Yeah.
The work ethic, creating chances. I thought you can't really fault them, could you?
Yeah, well, I mean, they didn't look like they were down to 10 men.
10 men for 70. What was 78?
minutes.
80 minutes.
Yeah.
Didn't look like they were creating chances. Bottisford were sort of having to sort of slow the game down, break it up, which annoys me with referees. They're just pointing at the watches, saying they're adding time on, but this gentleman, he didn't even have the time on. 3 minutes. Oof.
I know he didn't add time on.
He didn't. I mean, there was
did what they did. Credit to them, they defended well. That nickel was as good as ever. The left back.
Oh yeah,
Williams
brilliant.
Did well.
Yeah.
Of course, Quibell made his usual 3 or 4 good saves that you get every game.
Well, as I think I said in commentary, he's probably one of the top 5 keepers in the league. Well, he's always on top form when he plays Barton anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a good keeper, Jordan Quibell. That save in the second half, a Scott Matthews free kick, and we were in a good position, Richard. The bend on that was superb, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
He bent it round,
wasn't it?
Yeah, round the wall, going for the bottom corner. Jordan Quibell across his line, quick feet down, scooped it round the corner. Really good save, top class save. Yeah. As was Ben Fose's save in the second half when they just had a little bit of pressure, didn't they, Bottisford, towards the end. A lovely point blank save, tipped over the bar. Really good save. Both keepers played well, I thought, last night.
Yeah.
But we're out the cup, losing 1-0. Created lots of chances. You can't really. I mean, you're not going to go away and say, "Oh, we were terrible, we were rubbish." We weren't. I thought it was a decent performance on a tricky pitch.
I thought, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, you can't. Like I say, I mean, the usual names had the usual games, put lots in, didn't they? Yeah. The Wardbees doing lots of running. The guys at the back, absolutely superb. Tom Davey was back once. He did quite a bit before he got substituted.
Yeah.
Who else, Richard?
I
Ben
thought,
Hinchcliffe did a lot of closing down and running. Didn't have a great deal of chances. He had a snapshot in the first half. That pulled a good save out of Jordan Quibel.
I think
But
Chris
Ben
Smith
was,
had a decent game. I think he's
yeah,
getting better with more game time.
definitely. And Mr. Chancer,
He's all right.
Jack, yeah, didn't do nothing wrong really. He was trying to play foot. I think sometimes Jack's fault is he tries to play football on poor pitches.
Yeah.
And it's just one of them things with him. I mean, he gets his head up. He has a look for a pass. So, but I think each minute he gets playing in the first team, he's getting better. A lot,
Yeah,
really,
definitely.
really good. And before he got sent off, Henry Cook was playing quite well.
Yeah, always gets stuck in. Just got
Well,
stuck
he
in
got
a bit
stuck in a
too
bit
much,
too much,
unfortunately.
didn't he? But yeah, but he was playing well. But yeah, you can't really go away, and I think you can be annoyed that we've lost because it's Bottisford, but you can't be annoyed with the players. Certainly can't, because they put their effort in. I think that if you was to say, you wouldn't get that in a training match, would you? A training session. So that last night was a really good training session for them. I think. I know we've lost, but and you'd like to go further in the cup, but I don't think I'd want to be going down to not down to South Lincolnshire to play a midweek game, would you? Or even Skegness.
I'm not a fan of the County Cup. I think it's good for Sunday League sides, but I don't think it has a lot of, like you say, it's a good training session. I don't think it has a lot of use after that.
No, I don't. I mean, look
it's
at the
one
crowd.
cup that I wouldn't be interested in.
No, 80. I was about 88, 89 there. There weren't many there, and a lot. There was quite a few of the Barton, the Swan Army there, so that was good. So right, Richard. So we go on to. Before we go on to Saturday, are we going to mention who we've got in the League Cup?
Yeah, we've got a repeat of the final, Garforth away.
Garforth Town away.
Yeah.
Not a bad little trip there, Richard. It's not too far, is it? It's quite a nice run out there. Let's hope it's not like blowing a gale like it was last time.
That's right. Yeah.
Wasn't it? It nearly blew your laptop over.
Certainly did.
So let's hope it's. Let's hope it should be. It should be a good game. I don't think Garforth have got going yet, really, in the league. They seem to be winning one and losing one, drawing one. So, but they're up there. I think they're about 6th in the league. So they're not too bad. So that'll be a good game.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if it goes. Does it go straight to penalties or replays? I would have thought it. I think
it's straight to penalties, or is it extra time first and then penalties? I'm not sure.
Possibly extra time and then penalty. I hope we don't have the kerfuffle we had at Brigg last year when Brigg played Hallam in the League Cup, and they played. They wanted to go straight to penalties. I think Hallam did, but then Brigg. I think the managers said, "Yeah, we'll go to penalties." And then somebody said, "Oh no, you can't. You've got to play extra time." So they played extra time and still went to penalties, I think. So, dear me, poor people from Hallam going back to Sheffield at stupid o'clock at night. Yeah. But that's who we've got. We've got Garforth Town away. We don't know when it is because they haven't decided yet.
Yeah.
So moving on to our next little bit, and it's Saturday's FA Vars. Yeah, Izizu, isn't it? FA Vars.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
So who have we got for that, Richard?
So Cheadle Town from the North West Counties won.
Yeah.
So they're a level below us, aren't they? But I see
they are. Yeah.
They beat Maltby Main in the last round.
You're stealing all my notes, Richard. You've been doing your homework. That's good to see. Yeah. Yeah. They beat Maltby 3-2. They're managed by. Here's a tenuous link, and here's one of Walton's absolutely useless facts. They're managed by Paul Marshall, and not the same Paul Marshall who manages Garforth. Right. So there you go. Yeah, I told you it was a useless fact. They're currently in red hot form, Richard. The last 6, they've won them all. They've scored 26 goals. They've conceded 11. So they're pretty hot.
Yeah.
their two main lads to watch who score all the goals are a gentleman called Patrick Davin and Callum McGlynn. And also Martin Pilkington chips in with one or two. Average gate, they usually get about 128, so I can't see them bringing many. Best supported in that league are Wythenshawe AFC. They get about a couple of hundred. What else about Cheadle? Formed in 1961. Coming from the Stockport area, obviously Cheadle. Playing red and white stripes. And that's about all I know about them, to be fair. So it should be, hopefully if the game's on, it should be, because it's been raining and we know what the pitch is like at Barton.
Yeah.
Not called Marsh Lane for nothing, as the vice chairman always says. So, but I'm sure it didn't get as much rain when we were kids, when we played on it. So, but it should be a good game, Richard. Hopefully the good people of Barton will get out and get and supporting the Swans, and hopefully can have a good cup run.
Yeah, so that's something you do want, isn't it? A good run in the FA Vars. You
do. I mean, we can remember when Ferriby had that absolutely brilliant run and won it. It's not in the distant future there. I think what a day that was. So, but I think, and I would be right in this, is Barton. You can't go any higher in regards to step. Step 5 is the highest.
That's right.
Team in it. So, I mean, you've obviously got the southern teams, and the northeast teams are always strong, aren't they?
Yeah, the Northern League is.
Yeah, they are
better
strong.
than Step 5, the Premier Division of the First Division. The Northern League's better than Step 5.
Yeah. Generally. I was chatting to the referee on Saturday, and he'd moved up from Suffolk. I think he moved up from. He obviously lives in the area now, and he was saying that our leagues up in the north get a lot more fans than they do down south. He says down south, on the same standard Step 5, they'll only get less than 100. Wow. So, and I think you went to a game, didn't you, not so long back?
Yeah, Croydon. That was at Step 6, and there weren't many at that one.
Yeah, I think 50, so. They don't
60
seem to.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think they're probably a little bit elitist down there. They all like to go and watch the pro clubs. But as we bang on about semi-professional football, get yourself down there. And it's really a really good game. I mean, I must admit, last night wasn't a particularly good game. Well, to watch, but there was lots of effort there, and that's what you get with non-league football. Lots of effort, lots of commitment. And I think Barton play a good game, especially when they get it on the floor.
Oh, they do.
And last night, I don't know if you noticed last night, they were playing it out from the back a lot, weren't they? They weren't hoofing it. They were playing it out from the back. So it was Ben Vose to Scott Matthews or to Tom Davey.
Yeah.
Or to
Josh Layton's bringing it out from the back really well.
Oh, when he gets on one of his runs. I want him to score, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah, go forward and finish one off, yeah.
Yeah, I think he'll get goal of the season then if he does it.
One thing we do know, team news for Saturday, is that Charlie Dixon's in goal. Yeah,
Charlie's back. I think he was having a training session last night, wanting with the keeper coach, Mark. And I think he was virtually ready on last Saturday, but Charlie being Charlie, he needs to be 100% in his head. And he didn't want to, he just wanted to be perfectly right for it. So, and with having Ben Vose in goal, who's done a sterling job, he didn't need to come back too early, did he?
No.
So we've got Charlie back. That should be good. Good keeper.
Ben Vose isn't eligible on Saturday.
No, he won't be. So it had to be. It's got to be Charlie. And if he was injured, well, we'd have maybe had to have Paddy Shaw or Mr. Nicholson, but I think Mr. Nicholson might have hung his gloves up, yeah. I don't know. But with a keeper, you need to be continually training and in that environment, don't you, Richard?
Yeah.
So otherwise you can get a little bit rusty. But it'll be good to see Charlie back.
Yeah.
Hopefully he won't have much to do, and hopefully he'll keep Dunelm's in clean sheets again.
And I do know, because I asked the question today, if it does, at the end of 90 minutes, if it's level, it goes straight to penalties.
Straight to penalties again?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, we don't want penalties, do we?
No,
Not
no,
with our. I
no.
think we get a little bit overwrought with penalties.
We certainly want the manager on the pitch if we do go to penalties.
Oh, we do, because mind you, if Mr. Jarman misses, I wouldn't want to be in the vicinity anywhere near him, and I wouldn't want to be Aaron Irwin asking him for an interview.
I'll tell you, some of those times I think I wish he was playing up front every week, because he would still do a real good job at this level.
Absolutely, absolutely. He looks like he came on last night, didn't he? And he looks dangerous, doesn't he?
Yeah, yeah,
Every time he gets the ball, he looks dangerous.
yeah,
And when he was at Ferriby and Gainsborough, he was hammering them in, wasn't he?
yeah, yeah.
So, still a good player. And Danny North, I think, as well. I mean, who can forget the goal game when
That's right.
when the Gauligans were giving them were giving Danny and Jarman lots of stick, and they both scored.
Yeah.
So that was a sweet revenge for them. They shut them up, I think. So all in all, it's not been a bad week, and we look forward to a good game on Saturday, weather permitting.
Yeah, let's hope we get it, and let's hope it's a good win.
For the latest Barton Town news and information, visit the club's website at www.bartontownfc.co.uk.
Now back to Trevor Richins at Baysgarth School.
Good evening, Scott. So we're down here for training again. You're one of the senior players, I would imagine.
Yeah.
You obviously played at a high level, I assume, as well.
Yeah, I've played a couple of steps higher. I've had a few clubs: Grantham, Belper, Lincoln United. Been about.
So you obviously you've playing at this level now. So is this a big step down from what you've been playing, or has it actually become a lot harder over the last couple of seasons?
I think over the last couple of years, a lot of players have filtered down. The money's obviously filtered down with a few clubs, and this is probably one of the hardest leagues to get out of in non-league. I think, especially with only one going up automatic, it is a tough league to get out of now. Yeah.
And obviously you're one of the main defenders, and also you take all the corner kicks.
Yeah. Ever since I started, really, I've always been on set pieces. I think I've got good delivery. Scored a couple this year as well, which is nice. So, yeah.
And satisfy lots of people's curiosity. Hand signals, arm signals that you give as you go to the corner. Mm-hmm. Is this something you prepare on the training ground?
Yeah, it's something that we've worked on. We work on a lot, especially on Thursday nights. But we've worked on it right from pre-season. So.
Right.
Yeah.
So you have a set play you're gonna play when you put one arm up. Everybody knows this is what he's gonna do.
Yeah,
next.
All the lads know the jobs. Right. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. But
okay. Yeah, as you say, you've scored a couple of goals this season. So you must be quite pleased with that.
Yeah. They've just been wide free kicks. I've just looked to put in an area for somebody to get onto, just aim for the back post and hopefully see what happens. And luckily 3 have gone in this year. So.
And when you're not playing football, what do you do?
I've got a family now. I've got a little boy who's 18 months who takes up a lot of my time. So yeah, I like to try and spend like my Sundays with him because obviously we're here 3 times a week, and Sunday's like the main family day for me. So yeah, that's what I like to do.
And work-wise?
I work in social housing.
Okay.
So I work in social housing in Scunthorpe as a community resolution officer, which is dealing antisocial behaviour and taking people to court and stuff, so it's quite interesting.
Oh, okay. I'm really enjoying playing with And
his dad's my favourite as well.
And as I always ask a question, favourite food, favourite drink?
Favourite food, I'd be Sunday roast. I could eat Sunday roast every day of the week.
What, beef, pork, lamb?
Beef and lamb are my favourite, right. Yeah. Favourite drink, alcoholic wise, if we're going that, I like a fruity cider.
Right.
And other than that, like soft drinks, I just drink juice. I don't drink tea, coffee or anything. So. Right. Yeah, but fruity cider.
No caffeine?
No, nothing. Don't drink anything like that.
Right. Okay, thanks very much.
Lovely.
Cheers,
Trav.
That's it for this edition of Swans Talk. Thanks for listening.